It's June the 2nd. Cheers. Eastern North Carolina. The current weather, which is cloudy with a chance of clouds. No, I mean, it's just the truth. So I should be taking a shower right now and getting all cleaned up for awards day. But I tell you what, I was telling my subscribers this morning, like, this is a big deal in our house. And I had 3 typical children before I had Amos, and our child with disabilities. And when he fell into our lives 9 years ago, I was so scared. Like, I just was terrified. I thought, I've gotten this child, and this is not the child I ordered, right? Like, I envisioned this 4th child that was going to be just rough and tumble and keeping up with his big brothers and sister, boy or girl. But I got Amos. And I remember when people will say, well, why'd you start reading, or why'd you start writing? Why'd you start a blog? Well, I mean, and they'll say, well, I don't know what a blog is. I didn't ever read a blog before I wrote one. I just knew that I had to do something because I was drowning in fear. And so Amos was 2.5 when I started writing, and I really had no plan except for, oh, you're going to resubscribe. I'm going to put up my subscription thing right now. I just knew I had to do something. And so I started this writing really just to save myself. And people like reacted, and they were saying, you make me not feel so alone. And then I started finding out information. Like the other day, somebody reached out to me and said, I know this young lady that just graduated from high school. She might be a great backup babysitter when you're at the beach. And I was like, called her. She sounds awesome. She's going to help us. And my daughter was like, who's 13, what would you do if you didn't have this blog? I was like, you're right. Like, it is so helpful, whether it's to know who a doctor is or just all sorts of things. And I live in a town of about 5,000. I don't really have great friends who have kids with disabilities. I have one friend that I talk to pretty regularly here, and I have maybe a couple other friends in North Carolina, but most people that I know that I talk to, I mean, 2 of my best friends, Carrie Curiello and Kate Swenson, like, I've met them in person once or twice, and we talk or text every day. So it's just a different existence. But anyway, today is Amos's award ceremony. So he has been at White Oak Elementary School for 8 years. And you might be like, he's 9. How has he been at a school for 8 years? Well, you know how numbers are sort of tricky. So on his 3rd birthday, he started at White Oak School. So he had that whole year. So that was the year he turned 3. The next year he was 3 when he started. So we have turned 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, so this is his 7th year because he turned 9. So this is his 7th year. Sorry, I didn't break 1,000 on the SAT. I mean, you know, I'm not a genius with this. My son was born after 20 years of marriage. Oh, wow, Natalie. The award ceremony is at 11:30. I know, I'm going to take a shower. And yes, this is a Beat Woodbury Forest shirt. My sons go to Episcopal High School. This is their rival. I really like this shirt. So this is his 7th year at the school. He will be going to a different school next year because this school is K through 2nd grade. And we're really excited for him to move up with his peers. He was in an exceptional children's class the last couple years after being in inclusion. Will he have familiar classmates? Yes, he will have some kids from his classroom this year, from both his classrooms, his traditional class and his exceptional children's class. And then he'll have some children that he knows just generally. So the school works really hard. You know, I know that people complain about school systems, and there are real problems out there. I would have to say my school system, I used to think like, maybe I don't know any better. Maybe. Our school system could not be any better for Amos and what we need. We could live in Houston, Texas, and have access. We could be anywhere, and it could not be better. And I genuinely mean that. I wouldn't say that if it weren't true. Now, if I didn't like our school system, I probably would just keep my mouth shut, but I wouldn't praise it falsely. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. And yes, it has been work. It has not happened just organically. It's not like everything has gone wonderful and swiftly and easily without a ton of work on my part and even more on the school's part. So I kind of come to the table and say, this is what I see, this is what I want. And they say, okay, this is what we think. How can we do what's best for him and what we think and what you think? It's just been incredible. And today it's going to be a little bit sad. Not sad like in a, cancer sad, but like in a, it's just been such a good experience. And next year I'm going to have a senior in high school, and I'm sure I'm going to cry some tears over that change, but this is a big deal. It's a big deal. And today I'm going to go to his little end of the year ceremony. Bittersweet. Thank you, Lisa. I need words. His ceremony in his exceptional children's classroom. And then I'm going to go to his ceremony in his traditional second grade classroom. And it's the end of so many things, and it's the beginning of so many things. And it's just really exciting and bittersweet. And honestly, so many times I don't let myself get teary. I mean, I can flat reel it in. I mean, I could get horrible news and keep it together because I guard my heart, But I'm going to let myself feel all the feelings. Now, I'm taking my 2 teenagers with me today. And, of course, they're highly against going because they're like, we don't need to go. He doesn't care if we go. I was like, you're going. So they're going to go. And then if I cry, it's really going to piss them off. Yes, and there's so many, dropping him off at the same school and his same people he says hello to every morning. And Mr. Brown, who is the custodian that my supporters raised, followers, subscribers, whatever, raised, I don't know what it was, $32,000 for Mr. Brown a couple years ago. And y'all have raised so much money for White Oak School. If I counted, I bet it's been at least $30,000 just for my little elementary school for kids to, my daughter is not going, Katie, to his awards ceremony because she has her math EOG. And Lord help us if we miss an EOG. I haven't decided if I'm taking Aunt Amos' service dog yet, but I think I'm going to take service dog too for Amos. Anyway, it's just a big deal. Just doing a lot of processing. And then we have 3 well checks after that, which will really be fun. Because my teenagers think that I'm trying to ruin their summer by making appointments. I sort of secretly am. I love to make an appointment for somebody when they just got out of school at 8 a.m. and sign Thomas up for the ACT next Saturday. And then I'm like, oh, and then we have a dinner, and you have an eye appointment, and you have a haircut, and you have a this. And they're like, oh my God, you're trying to ruin my summer. Next summer is going to be a fun summer. I'm not working. I'm like, well, you ain't going to have any money. But you don't have a car, so you don't need gas money anyway. I really am evil. Yes, he's going to another school for 3rd grade, but the wonderfulness is the schools attached to each other. So that's going to be great. And this afternoon at 3, we have a transition meeting. So that's going to be nice. And then my big 3 one has a dinner, one's going to a baseball game, one's going to a birthday. It's just a very busy time of year around here. I thought it was Maycember. Now it's June. June. I need a word for June. I mean, just printing out all the forms for the physical well checks. I mean, it's a real problem around here. I struggle, clearly, which is why I haven't washed my hair in like 4 days. So yes, it's going to be a great summer at the Wood House. Come be a subscriber if you need behind the scenes fun and wonderfulness and arguing and the world's biggest pile of crap down in my hall right now. Well, Amos adjusts well to a different school. June Timber. I hope June Jungle. June Jungle. I was going to say June Jungle. I hope he will. It is scary. I tell you what, it is scary. It is like jumping off, like somebody got rescued off Mount Everest. And I'm not saying that Mount Everest is like not a big deal. But special needs moms climb Mount Everest on a daily basis. I'm not kidding. Mount Everest, you got rescued. I didn't say the word. Somebody's going to be like, I climbed Mount Everest and it was so hard. I mean, I know it's hard. You don't see me doing it. But people that climb Mount Everest don't have children with disabilities. I mean, if you have a child with a disability, you ain't going to climb any Mount Everest. You got your own. It's kind of like being mad at the Target stuff. I mean, you don't have enough to do, people. You come over here and listen, my life is not difficult. I know your life is not hard. You live on the water. You have a shovel to pick up all that dog doo-doo. I have healthy children. I mean, I get it. But it is Mount Everest every freaking day over here. For reals. That's why I have to go to McDonald's to get my half sweet, half unsweet tea. January. Oh, that's a good one. What do you do when you face burnout? Oh, crap. I just got geranium in my drink. Is geranium poisonous? Damn it. This is why we can't have nice things. Probably end up in the hospital. I'm like, special needs mothers don't think the hospital sounds bad. We're like, the hospital? You get to lay in the bed and like they bring you food? I mean, I honestly think jail would be a vacation. If jail would let me go and stay for a week, I would do it if they would let me video. And work. I mean, if I could go to jail, I think it would be so relaxing. It would have to be easier than around here. Seriously, jail? They wake you up. It's like going to camp with less time outside. Anyway, la. Carry on, people. Yes, subscribers, I promise you lots of video from the award ceremonies today. I'm super excited about today. Super excited. I'm going to take a shower so I look clean for a half a second. And if there is a teacher out there, just know how much we appreciate you and how awesome we think you are. Because I don't say it enough, but holy cow, do I appreciate and love you. And if you wonder why I speak so loudly and voraciously and viciously about public schools, it's because of just the wonderment called Amos and how wonderful it's been with him. I just am so thrilled. And Eatonton Show on Schools has my heart in a way that people that say, your children go to boarding school, kiss my ass. You don't even know the half of it. So don't. Shoo fly, shoo. You've never been to jail if you think it's relaxing. I have too been to jail, damn it. I went to jail in Boone, North Carolina. I was there for about 3 hours. Let us see a picture of Amos. No, you have to be a subscriber. I will say Amos has on ridiculous shoes this morning. He calls them his dancing shoes. They're yellow on clouds. I know, I'm just going to go ahead and admit, my 9-year-old has on overpriced, cute, ridiculously cute tennis shoes because his 13-year-old sister picked them out and was so excited about them. This is the things we do. These are the things we do. Oh my gosh, now my grammar has gone downhill. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it has. Carry on, people. Y'all have a good day. Oh, you're welcome, Audrey. Cheers.